gray calf that just walked up. Now there's, I don't know, 75 or 80 calves in this trap, in this pasture. And them two right there, that red one's still looking at me. And that gray one that just walked up, they never come up. They they always separate themselves. Now, this is why I'm bringing that up. They came here together. They are off the same setup. They were bought at the same cell bar. They come off the same. They were raised together. They were born. Mama's been together. They were born together. I mean, I just remember them coming in. They're a little too much Bremer Cross to be in this set of calves. I should have pulled them, put them somewhere else. So every time I look at them, I'm reminded of they don't fit. But they stay together. When they were in the traps, fresh and new, walking and balling, they walked and balled together. When they as they weaned off their mama, they stuck together. As they started learning how to eat, they stuck together. Now they're in the trap, in the pasture. They're almost 30 days old here, should be straight, should be wearing a feed trough, just like all the rest of them. When that tractor pulls in, them calves come. I done drove all the way around this little pasture, and there's nothing back there, but them two are always standing off. They don't come to their tractor. They always stand off. I can promise you, I ain't never met their mama, but they the same way. Their mamas, they're the two that when that farmer, that old man, he comes in there to feed his calves, feed his cows cubes, or puts out hay, or whatever he does, they stand off. And as soon as he drives out and shuts the gate, they'll come wear that cubes out. I mean, they'll come eat hay or whatever it is. But man, they have been trained how to be standoffish. I know that's probably not a word many of y'all know, standoffish. But there are people, many people, that have been trained to be standoffish. And, my daughter got married yesterday, day before yesterday. Uh, my Ricky Lee, my oldest daughter, Tara, did a little old speech, and she quoted Hebrews in her little old speech honoring them. The Hebrews, I can't remember chapter and verse, but, do not forsake gathering together. To encourage, even more as you see that the day of Christ approaching. And she was reminding my other daughter, gather up. Y'all don't forget to be together, to stay in church, to encourage. She encouraged both families, the families of the groom, families of the bride, gather together. There are those that from birth have been taught to be standoffish. And listen, it's okay to be something like yesterday evening. I asked Christy, I had to go to Longview. I had to do some stuff. I said, would you like to go eat dinner with some people, friends? And she said, in all honesty, I have been as social as I can be for a few days. My bride needed to be standoffish. Listen, there are times when I better get standoffish because I'm tired, I'm irritable, I'm frustrated, I'm gripey, and I can be a butthole, for lack of better terminology, and that should never be I should recognize that as a man and back up and be standoffish, catch my breath. But what do you do in your standoffish? What do you do with it? Do you indulge in yourself? Do you indulge in sin? Do you indulge in things that are beneficial or things that are destructive? I left Longview after the meeting I had yesterday. I picked up dinner for me and Christy, and we ate dinner at 5:30 in the bed. We ate dinner. We watched some stupid television program until I couldn't stand it anymore, and we changed it to a college football game that I fell asleep to, probably by 7:30. All of us need to recognize when it is time to be standoffish, and just be standoffish without drawing attention to yourself. But it's not healthy to always be standoffish. Do not forsake the gathering together. For some need encouragement. Listen, it's not always what you get. It's what you need. It's what others need for you. They need to be encouraged by you. So you don't always. I really struggle. I really struggle. And people, listen. I'll be like, "Are you going to be at church Sunday? Or is Joe going to be at church Sunday? Or who's preaching Sunday?" I mean, because they don't want to go if it ain't me, or they don't want to go if it ain't Joe, or they don't. I'm like, you need to be going because other people need to be encouraged by. Don't you have something to offer? I mean, I get it. Go to church and be a consumer, but be a contributor as well. And when you're not able, stay home. You know, been twice. Been more than twice. I told Christy I don't need to go to church today. She's like, "Why?" I said, "Because I'm hateful. I'm tired. I need to be isolated and protect people from me." And she's like, "Well, you're the preacher. You're preaching. Quit whining. Trust the Lord. Go preach." Now, as soon as you get through preaching, if you need to go out the back door because you're ugly and hateful, go out the back door. Point being, there are times when it is beneficial and others in your life would appreciate you being a little bit standoffish. But for the most part, gather together to encourage one another, to lift each other up, even more as you see the day approaching. Okay? I hope that helps. I hope that encourages you to do something tomorrow. Have a good day.